Yeah,
It's
stop
it's
making that face
relationships
count.
where women do have to be kind of like that with the man.
Stop making that
If he's
face.
So they
not
sex is
well,
It's
dominated by the
somebody
woman
needs
facts.
to
then.
take care of him. Who else is gonna take care
Y'all
of
sex
him?
is terrible. They sex gotta be terrible. Cause no way you dominated me on the microphone.
Huh?
And then I can only imagine.
How we
I'm
get there?
saying she's dominant because she's totally dominating the marriage at that point. I don't know what you're doing.
Wait, how we
As
get to
if that
I
that?
man
told
is
you that when you
immobile,
was in
as if he's
prison, I'm gonna say
deaf.
what I got to say, sir. Okay. I made you
Oh,
some
here we
money.
go with this shit, man.
I'm protecting the bag. I'm protecting you from yourself because you clearly is mentally not all there.
Captivity. That's cap.
So I'm just
He is
curious,
not.
what would it have to look like for y'all to believe that he was truly diagnosed properly with schizophrenia?
For him to talk about his own experience while she's there sitting there looking pretty and nodding her head.
No,
Unless he
He
said
is
something
though.
So
triggering,
if
then
so if
I'm gonna
that's
he
keep
when
it 100
you
with you, Carrie.
so you
I wouldn't.
Didn't answer her
shut
question. That
up.
wasn't the answer to her question.
I ain't gonna lie,
I
Carrie.
mean, shut
I
up.
just, I don't think there's a way for. I'm just not gonna buy it. Just not gonna buy it.
because
At
he's a
this point, just
rapper or
be.
because you
No,
don't
no, no, no,
believe
no. Because
schizophrenia exists?
no. It's just because of the of just what we know of him to this point. What we know of him to this point, like it would be hard for me to believe that. I'm not saying that about nobody else. Just speaking for myself, I just don't buy it. I think it's like some kind of ploy. You know what I'm
A
saying?
plea
But
for
like,
what?
for some fucking money. What you mean?
You also think he's a clone.
You say what?
I said you also think he's a clone.
So
I didn't say a clone.
has he
Clone
never?
Wars.
I don't
Attack of
know.
the Clones. They're
It's
gonna tell
tough.
you before it
It's
happens.
tough out here in these streets if you're a known celebrity. It's tough.
No.
I think that Gucci probably does has episodes. I don't know if you would label him as schizophrenia, but I think that he has episodes where I think that a lot of people have episodes. They just not as visible and they just don't have as much money. But I think that a lot of people have episodes where they go through some form of psychosis because they're angry, they're disappointed. You combine it with drugs, you combine it with a lot of different things. And then that plays a role in your life, especially when you come from an environment where it may be violent. And then you combine that with the fact that he didn't feel like he trusted anybody, right? So when he said that he went through times where he would give everything away, that actually resonated with me because I go through times where I feel like I don't want none of this shit. I don't care about money no more. It doesn't mean anything to me. I just want to give everything away and I just want to start over. I don't give a fuck. Luckily, I have, I come to my senses or I could talk to somebody or I'll be kicking it and they'd be like, man, you just talking shit right now. You ain't gonna feel like that in the morning. And I've even said it on this platform where I'll be like, man, I just want to start over or whatever like that. I think that when you combine the drugs and then you also combine um the fact that he didn't feel like he could trust anything or trust anybody for a long time, when you finally have somebody that consistently probably has been there for him and stuck with him through him going to jail and shit like that, I don't think that he has a problem with giving up control of that aspect of his life. And so it sounds foreign to us because it's like, man, that ain't Gucci. That ain't what he used to. But I think that he feels more comfortable with it because of how his life has changed and how she didn't let him down when he trusted her. And I think that that probably played a huge role. So
The loyalty is fine,
when
but
you
why are
see
you
her
letting her speak for you?
when you see him talking, because I don't think he give a fuck about what nobody think except for her. I don't think he care about what nobody think except for her because she probably was the only one that was there for him throughout his whole situation. And so right or wrong, he gonna ride or die with her regardless of what she say because of the role that she played in his life.
So you saying if you have trust issues and you feel like you have all of the success, And sometimes you have your moments where you feel like you just want to start all over, you want to give it away, and you see one consistent person, you're going to let them speak for you in the interview. You're going to let them control your social media,
Yeah,
like as if you are enabled.
I think that he 100% trusts what she does for him.
Did he not talk in the interview at all? I mean, we saw a
Yeah, he
clip.
talked a
Did
lot.
he not talk? So
He
then why I don't
talked.
understand what right. So why I don't get why we're acting like he can't or doesn't speak. And
No, the
then
moment.
I thought the social media component was what she does when she knows he's about to go into an episode.
Hmm.
It's on the subject
Nah,
of
Like
control.
that's
it
not that
that
is control, but that's control for protection. That's not control because
I,
she's jealous or she's insecure or that's
Not like that.
at
so
that
what's
moment,
don't
that
think
wrong?
that
moment.
Well,
most people have ever experienced being in a situation where you could never do any wrong and the person is always going to worship you and adore you and want the best for you. Like you can't do any wrong. I don't think that people have ever experienced that before and what that feels like, especially coming from a space where he would come from. I just
Yeah,
don't. I think that that's foreign to most people. Everybody has always been in a relationship where everything is conditional. If you do this, then I'm gonna rock with you. I don't think people have ever been in a situation where um they worship you practically. They want the best for you. So it's different probably for him. And I don't think he ever willing to give that up because who he was without it was completely different than who he is now.
I want the best for you, but I feel like the things that, if it's not harming your life, you know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to self harm yourself, you have your own life to live. You have your own cross to bear. You have to walk that. I'm just merely there to be the ultimate support, the ultimate wingman. Why am I?
That's the way he feel like he need to be supported. Because all everybody got it. Everybody needs something different, depending on who they are and where they come from. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I may need something completely different than what Quentin may need. Maybe something different than what Slimmy may need. And I think it ultimately come back down to trust. Who do you trust? I
I ain't
think
gonna
that
need nobody to speak for me in no interview though. I'm gonna keep
You
it a
don't
hundred.
know that.
I think y'all missing it. I don't think he give a fuck about the interview per se, because I don't think Gucci cares about what nobody think. The interview is just a formality for him. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it because maybe something is happening, or they told him he got to sell a book or an album coming out or whatever. I don't think he give a fuck about what people think. I genuinely don't think that Gucci care. Not one fucking bit what people care.
No, I agree 1,000%. But I also don't think he'd have that woman up there sitting up there talking for him, no either.
She didn't talk for
Oh
him.
man.
He
but
talked. He
I
spoke for
think
himself.
well,
No, she
and I
spoke
think
I
for
don't
him.
understand why y'all keep
if
saying
you
that.
have a solid relationship, you're not keeping score of who's trying to out. Like I don't think he's up there like she talking more than me. Hold on a sec. Like I don't think that he's keeping score like that.
No, I Carrie, I you
And
would
it
have
was
had
a
to see
vulnerable
you gotta
moment.
watch some other interviews, Carrie. That's what I'll say. You gotta watch
Other
some
and
other interviews of him, even at the Breakfast Club, and you might get a little bit more understanding of what I'm saying. You might. I don't know. There ain't no guarantees, but I'll send you. I'll send you a
What
different
but
ye-
interview.
what year was
that
this,
he would
Slimmy?
What?
What year was it? The interviews.
Like 2020?
She was with him.
so
I can't remember if she was up. I think she was up there.
Was she married to him then in
I think
2020?
she. Yeah, they've been married for a while.
So they've been married for a while.
I don't think that Gucci give a fuck about what nobody think except for her. I don't. Because he probably feel like she the only one that ever earned his trust. And so he gonna believe in whatever it is that she says because of the things that she did and held him down throughout whatever it is.
well and it set him. Oh, go
What
ahead.
our rules are and what we think makes sense to us don't mean shit to somebody else that you know what I'm saying has been through probably some of the shit that he's been through.
They've been married since 2017.
So he don't care. He don't give a fuck about nothing except for holding on to the thing that he feel like is good for him. I believe that. Now, that's not to say that I would do that, but you know, that ain't me. I ain't been through the shit that he been through. I ain't got the trust issues that he got. I ain't been abandoned the way he been abandoned in a lot of different issues in the ways. So, you know, again, maybe she meant for him. Maybe in a way he felt like she saved his life.
Do you think he's weak?
No. I think
Like
he's
if you
strong
were
in the,
in that situation where you
I think
became,
he's strong in the areas that he feel like he need to be strong in, and that he's vulnerable in the ways in the areas that he feels like he could be vulnerable with her because he trusts her.
if you trusted him with the socials, you're trusting him with the money, the meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like just basically handling everything. Is it just easier to have this identity where you're passing this power off to your spouse because you can't get a therapist to get out of your PTSD? You can't
I would never
like
get
how
a
you
therapist.
exercise the body, you exercise the mind too.
I would never
You
get a
exercise,
therapist.
but that's what I'm saying. So, what is it easier to just pass on its power to your spouse? You know what I'm
I
saying?
again,
Than to get
I
help.
don't think that it's a choice. I think it's something. I think it's his experience. I think it's trust. I think it's just the way that he, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it has anything to do with we trying to put, I think that we're trying to put this thing in a box. And for a lot of us, you can't be in that box. You know what I'm saying? How can I explain this? I'm the type of person that need to be by myself for an extended period of time. And I know that eh, very only certain type of women could be able to be with me because they wouldn't get it. They wouldn't understand it. They wouldn't be able to give me what I need in order for me to be able to thrive and do what it is that I do successfully. And it's not just being by myself for the extended period of time. It's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to be a different type of person, and you got to be a person that I've known for a long time for me to trust you with certain things in my life, because I ain't never trusted nobody before in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't hardly trust nobody. So what I may need again is maybe different than what Quentin may need and Slimmy may need. Slimmy, from the outside looking in, ain't never trusted nobody, not no chick.
You just need more t-shirts.
I'm just saying, Slimmy don't seem like the type of person that would ever give that level of, I don't want to say control, but you know what I'm saying, give a chick the reins to do any fucking thing.
Oh yeah, no, that was the word, control.
See,
Ain't no Janet Jackson shit going on over here.
Slimmy ain't that type of person.
Control.
So and Slimmy also don't seem like he emotional either. Like he don't have the level of what? We all have emotions, but he's not emotional. I think
That's why he
that's
want
the
control
difference.
so much.
Slimmy is not emotional, but I mean, we all have emotions. He doesn't seem like the type of person that's emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I could be wrong. I don't know.
Slimmy wants control because he don't want to crash out. Rightfully so. I respect it.
So I mean, you know, every guy has their own quirks. Think that Jeezy is an extreme case of some of the stuff that we describe, and he
Who's
probably
Jeezy?
had it. I mean, Gucci Gucci is an extreme case of what we may describe. And I mean, think about it. This nigga killed somebody.
Hmm.
And that's only the person that we know of. You know what I'm saying? He tried to come in and kill this nigga, and he had to kill somebody. This nigga was on high every day off of lean and shit, and
Well, I don't know if
sleeping with
y'all
guns
read,
and
if
all
y'all,
this type of shit.
I'm sorry.
You don't know what that do to a nigga. That probably throw that nigga for. Nigga probably got that shit haunted in his dreams and all kind of shit. Y'all, man, y'all don't be knowing what people be going through. People be going through some shit. The money
If
can't
y'all
change
do a
that.
quick read of what can cause schizophrenia based off of what y'all have shared about him, even Anton, what you just said now, I mean, he has like 3 of the 5 things that they named. 2 could be I don't even know about if somebody was in his family who had schizophrenia as well. It talks about substance abuse, smoking a lot of weed as a kid. It talks about trauma. It talks about all these different types of things. It talks about it's hard to know that the episode is about to come right in the moment, but there are signs that can lead up to it. And the things that she started saying, him being withdrawn, being quiet, isolated, not eating, not like, those are some of the things that I saw on Mayo Clinic's website that could be signs that happen progressively before an episode happens. They talk about how some people with schizophrenia can have symptoms that last all the time or sometimes in social what's the word, social not awkwardness, but like not being able to completely communicate your thoughts very well all the time. Certain behaviors can be present all the time sometimes. So a lot of what the wife shared, what he shared, what y'all shared, I I can't see how he might not be schizophrenic.
So he
Schizophrenic.
need
That's why I
deliverance.
asked y'all. Well, whatever you believe is the healing and the cure for it, is on you. I don't know enough about it to purely be like you just need deliverance. Obviously, I'm a believer that God is a huge part of all this stuff, but I also believe that certain things happen to us. There are chemical imbalances and things like that where you might need medication. He's in therapy. It said that he went to get um I guess checked out and got diagnosed when he had an episode during COVID. Like that was apparently when it first started for him as a big deal to address. Slimmy said he came out of jail a different person than he went in, and based off of what he described, it sounds like the old Gucci needed to change. So him coming
Oh
out
yeah, he
changed
needed to
doesn't
change.
sound like that
Absolutely.
has to be a bad thing. And if his woman was the main person who was there, then I don't view the way she was up there. Now, granted, she speaks a little harsher than I might speak or you might speak, but in general, I got a woman who is protecting her man. Like that's what I got in essence from her. And I got a man who knows his woman is down for him, and like they seem solid. Whatever it looks like to us, whatever it looks like, they're solid on what their relationship is, and I respect that.
Somebody said we know too much about. I actually has read. I've read his book. I read his autobiography that he dropped a few years ago. So I did. I read it front to back. Took me like I think I did it in like a couple days or something like that because I didn't want to lose the information. I read a lot of people's books. I read Charlemagne book. I read his book. I read a whole lot of people book. When people drop books, a lot of times, I want to know why they think the way they think and how they think it. So yeah, I am familiar with a lot of what he does and what's going on with him because I actually read and studied what his mind works like and what he been through. So I'm familiar with it.